Hey guys, this is Josh, GameSlean TV, PAX East 2014. We're here talking to Andrew Zaboki of Petroglyph Games, and their new game is called Grey Goo. So tell us a little bit about your game.
Hi, thanks. So Grey Goo is about that apocalyptic event that's referred to as when nanites come and they just devour and self-replicate everything and turn everything into Grey Goo. Grey Goo is actually about those three factions where there's the humans that have explored the universe. They've gone out and said, hey, we can't find any sentient life, we're going home. Right. And they find these planets that are for each support life. Right. But when they go out and they say, hey, we can't find anything, eventually one of the planets actually sends a signal back saying, hey, there's something going on here. And humanity sends a recon ship out to that planet, which is referred to as Ecosystem 9. To their discovery, they find out that the beta race, this alien race, has actually started to colonize it, which they're like, wait a minute, there was no sentient life, what's going on here? Okay. And the story for the campaign
arrived at the same time, kind of thing.
Exactly. It's almost more like maybe you've been here a few weeks. They've started establishing and colonizing the planet, and humanity's going, what's going on?
So there's your war.
There's your war. It's in general not even a war, but even how that war triggers and how, all the events that happen of humanity realizing that wait, there is sentient life in the universe, and that discovery is what the campaign actually tells in Grey Goo. Grey Goo is a core RTS. We really said, hey, let's look at the core RTS genre, where has this genre evolved in the last 20 years, and let's go back to the roots of it. Let's find out what made it fun when it was born, when you played those original games like Dune 2, Command & Conquer, Red Alert.
We were actually talking about that yesterday with some of the other guys on the show, and we were saying how RTS has gotten so hyper concentrated with really high-level players where you can't really even get in there as a novice, and you kind of just get wiped out and it's no good. But you guys also have a big pedigree as far going back with some of your developers being part of Command & Conquer and the other games, right?
Yeah, in fact, Petroglyph's got a huge pedigree. We were saying last night even that there's 2 degrees of Kevin Bacon for us, for any RTS that was made. We have some of the original people who made Command & Conquer, we have some ex-Relic folks as well. You name an RTS, somebody at Petroglyph has probably worked on it. But yeah, we went back to the entire core and said, let's make a fun RTS, and let's really make it something that everybody can get into. We looked at the genre, and there's these 3 key pillars between base building, economic management, and strategic combat. And over the last 20 years, it's kind of shattered and fractured as to what is important. And all these games looking for this edge have kind of made the genre separate apart.
It was a little harder to find your sort of niche in the style of game where you've got your character that you like to play in your style.
Exactly. There's all those different play styles. So we wanted to bring all those up and be a balance again. Say, hey, each of these is important as far as the RTS goes. Now, as far as play styles go, there's a wide variety that's really come out, and it's one of the benefits of kind of getting to get a little bit of hindsight is that you look at this spectrum, and yeah, there's people who love to base build. They make that one big outposty base. There's those guys who like to be really, really aggressive, who just, their base to them is secondary, but they just want to rush you. They want to be real aggressive to it. And then there's everybody in between. And when we said about...
I'm definitely sometimes a base guy and sometimes just send all my guys over there. And I always lose, so obviously I'm doing something wrong.
Well, yeah, and that's one of those things of finding the play style. So we have a race for you. That's our kind of call to it, is that you will find a play style. Whatever your play style is, you'll find it in Grey Goo with one of our 3 races.
Awesome. So now there's a little bit of secretivism with at PAX this year with your 3rd race is not quite been released yet.
Yeah, so the Goo, which is the one that actually refers to our namesake of the game, we're not showing here on the PAX floor. We're getting ready to show it here very much soon, and probably in a closed alpha in the next upcoming months. We'll be releasing more information about it, how it plays. But it is actually, a few little tidbits is that it's actually a base-independent faction. We use a phrase to kind of talk about the Grey Goo where it's flexible, mobile, and fun. And I'll kind of leave that to the imagination of what it can kind of do and how it works. But it is very much something that, you're moving across the map, not necessarily knowing what's going to happen. And the way it interacts with a more standard type of base building type factions is a very interesting dynamic that we bring to the...
Breaking the mold a little bit. You created the mold, now you're breaking the mold.
Yeah, a little bit. Actually, I would almost say we're evolving the mold, right? It's that we want to keep the balance. We felt that imbalance is important, but that doesn't mean you can't be unique and you can't bring something creative and new to the genre. And I think when we release Grey Goo and everyone sees the Goo, they're going to realize we're bringing something completely new. No one's seen this before. It's going to blow your socks off, and you're going to have a great time with it.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Andrew. We're looking forward to the game. When do we expect to see something coming out?
We're doing open and closed beta here right after PAX, and then we'll be releasing the game fall of 2014.
And is this straight release, or are you on Steam, or?
So we're distributing it on Steam, and all the matchmaking, multiplayer, and everything will be on that as well. So it'll be Steam only at the initial.
Awesome. So that's Grey Goo. Thank you, Andrew. As PAX 2014, a lot of cool stuff to see.